let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. Come and take a seat, girl. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. You've been working all week and you need to take a break. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk. Come and take a seat, girl. This is what you need. Let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk, let's talk.
Alrighty. Speaking of brothers, oh gosh.
What?
I don't know where to start the story. Please forgive me.
Forgiven.
Oh, Chipukizi. He sat here with us. He gave us a story. And now, the story that we got, we're all here. The story that we got about this white lady buying him a book and da-da-da-da and introducing him to Kevin Hart and that. Turns out not to be legit because there's a lady. Yeah, Monique, I feel exactly the same way.
It's 2017.
There's a lady who's just come out and said, you know what, she's a struggling artist in the US and she helped him. She was a seat filler for the BET Awards and she got him the tickets, she got him the in.
God Jaila.
No, wait. Hold on. Are you actually seeing how far I'm actually trying to articulate this story? I cannot.
Let me help you out a little bit.
Let me ask. Okay, please actually do. Let me ask.
Ask me something.
The story that he did over here.
Yes.
And he said he went sijui mara kiti yake akapewa kiti kwa ndege mtu akashukishwa. Then he went and a white woman bought.
Guys,
you forgot that.
We have a recap.
Is that the story? We have a recap. Thank God.
Yeah. I'm sure we have a recap.
My God.
You need to check this out.
My set, I said that I would love to meet Kevin Hart. Where does he live?
He was there?
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. We just asking casually that how can I see Kevin Hart?
Yes.
Then after the show, this white lady came to me and was like, you love Kevin? Would you like to see him tomorrow? I was like, yes. So
what?
So she was like, okay, get the next flight to LA and you're gonna see him. He's doing a book tour and he's my friend.
That is amazing.
You're like, oh my gosh.
You know.
Talk about right timing.
So I go to LA and, you know, it's a long story. First of all, when I booked my flight, I booked vibaya. Instead of booking to travel tomorrow, I booked like I'm supposed to travel today.
Oh my gosh.
So the next day I go to the airport and you know, this white lady is like, sir, you're not supposed to travel today. You're supposed to travel yesterday.
Oh no.
So I was like,
oh my gosh.
I have to go to LA, madam. So I go to YouTube, I click my Chipukizi. No, I prayed, but you know, I clicked my YouTube channels. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm from Africa. I'm going to LA to see Kevin Hart. If I don't see him today, I'll never see him again.
Oh my gosh.
So you used to her humanity.
Yeah.
Persistence, guys.
The good thing about the white people, I think they love art. So she listened to me. She devoted somebody to board me.
No.
Oh, you're the problem at the airport.
Yes. So I get to LA. To LA. I had not carried any money because I forgot. So I LA. From LA to the airport to the place that we are going, it's a long distance. And LA in a traffic, sir. So I realized that I don't have money.
Oh my gosh.
And I have to get a cab.
Na kuna M-Pesa.
Na kuna M-Pesa ni wewe.
I was just about to say banana. I was just about to say that. What?
So nikaingia cab knowing that I don't have money, but you know, I thought that itachukua kidogo that naweza ongea naye tuelewane. But there's traffic. So I could see that thing counting. I don't know what they call it. It's a commuter. It's counting from $10, $15, $20, up to $100.
$100.
So we fika there and I tell the guy, my name is Chipukizi.
Wait, you know, we've been watching this video and laughing at our shocked faces. Like every time he would say something, we would what? What?
I remember using the word, this is such an inspiring story. And guys, we got receipts, more stuff. The first receipt was from the Sybil. Just take it.
We need to beat that guy up.
He said that Kenyan media was portraying him as a groupie who flew to take a picture with Kevin Hart, and he had to change his story. He apologized and said he had to protect his brand. I asked him if telling Kenyans I helped him would mess up his brand because it was insulting, and after I catered for all expenses, and it was probably he's earning more now than even Kevin Hart after the Kevin Hart meet. She added, Chipukizi lied about a white man buying him the book and staying at the hotel while in LA.
You know what's even sad about this is that she has receipts. She has
And the worst thing is she still exists. She's not dead. She's alive. And the world has become so small. You know, he came on this table. We extend this platform to people to come and share their stories, inspiring stories for that matter, or for people to get to know their favorite personalities a little bit more. But I feel like he lied to us. Yeah. It's like going to the confession room in church, the Catholic church, and you just use that place to just, why would you do that?
I feel like I've been cheated on.
But I will tell you that this lady had her content on lock, and she says that as much as this is not a recent story, she took time with it because she was like, is this really happening? And he went writing on it. And she reached out to him and said, what's this you're saying? At least say that I helped you. How many times do you meet people who actually use you? And because she felt used. She said she felt used.
Yeah. Do you know the line I'm just remembering? Yeah. When he said, you know, LA has a lot of traffic. I was like, yeah.
It does have traffic.
It does have traffic. Yeah. But the guy was lying to us, man. Who does that?
A lot of the comments.
Did you see how we were like?
A lot of the comments online kept saying, you know, Kenyans are like that. Don't give an extending hand to Kenyans from back home. And I found that so wrong because the implications of a lie like that, next time Christine or any other person who has arrived may not want to
help another person from back home.
Yes.
And that's even the thing. She hasn't even arrived yet. So she's like, this could have helped me as well. Like I could get this exposure that I need from this story. Like if you say there's this artist in LA who helped me, it could help me get shows as well.
Yeah.
I'm really upset. No, you need to apologize. Those guys really like you. You can't do that.
So Wawira claims, it's my accent from the movie. I'm sorry.
I like it.
Wawira claims Chipukizi asked her to send him her videos from the BET event, and he then posted them on his social media as his own to pretend he attended it.
Hold on. Wawira claims Chipukizi asked her to send him her videos from BET.
Yes.
Didn't she know something was fishy? Did she?
No, but she said, if you are at the BET, and I'm like, oh, you're there. Send me videos, let me see. You'll send.
Yeah. But the extent of this lie also makes me start to look at it like, how desperate can you be? What happened to relying on talent on its own?
And
if people are gonna, and if people are gonna love you, they'll love you. And I mean, we didn't even know about that picture until it went, you know, let it be. And then give credit where it's due. It would have been a really nice story that, you know what, away from home, another Kenyan supported me.
Yeah.
Guess what? You
saw beautiful story.
Like, shout out to, in fact, shout out to Christine. And that would have been enough.
Christine Owera would like to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we would like to meet you because you know what? If no one's actually going to shout out what you actually do, we're going to be the first to do it.
Absolutely.
Christine, that's my point.
This is what you need. Let's talk. Let's talk.
But I want to get into a conversation that has been making headlines this past week. Yeah. And I wanted to say this is S, but I'll say this is a mess. This particular conversation just made me think about, this is a mess. This is a mess. I'm the queen of pun. I'm the queen of pun.
You are.
I was like, this is mess. I don't believe it. Well, if you do not know what I'm talking about, popular Kenyan lifestyle blogger, fashion blogger. Yeah. This is S was caught up in a very disturbing story. She's got this squeaky clean persona. So a story broke out that she, is not doing too well when it comes to her marriage. Apparently, this has been happening ever since.
Before she was married.
Ever since before the post of the beautiful wedding. For me, I don't go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm all about why, Yeah. And the funny thing about this industry is when people are doing great things, they'll never be talked about. But this particular messy story about This Is S grabbed the headlines like in a flash, and everybody was quick to see what has she done wrong. I think why she made the headlines is because this girl's perfect. She can do no wrong. From the very first moment I saw her, I said, this girl's got 11 toes. She's got 11 toes. There must be something. There must be something. And a lot of people are just out here waiting for things to collapse. Like a pack of cards. It's more like, oh my God. But guys, do you agree? This is a mess. But I don't need to give you the details of the story. I know we got receipts.
We have receipts, and what she actually came out and said, because I love the fact that she hasn't addressed this. She said, a lot of ungracious and untruthful stories have been circulating about me recently. Even though they have crossed the line, I I choose to, as usual, focus on my vision of creating and sharing online content that will uplift and spread positive energy around me. Right now, I'm choosing to focus on my work and being the best mother that I can be to my sweet love, Naila.
Oh, wow.
Here, talk to her.
Let me tell you what I feel about this story. First and foremost, like you said, it's really a mess. And it's not a beautiful story to listen to, especially seeing as the couple, I mean, they just got married just the other day to start with. And I mean, the ceremony was amazing. They've been in a relationship for a while. Like it was, I admired them. Can I say that? Through social media. Like they put out their relationship there, yeah? Their engagement. It was all out there. This time around, I'm down to feeling like, I was on the bus now. I feel like I was part of this relationship. And you know when she says she's going to be the best mom to Nelly, that I applaud her for that. But I'm like, how about being a best wife? Why has that been left? You know, like I knew you're a wife and a mom. Do you get what I'm coming from? And I'm not one to be part of the gossip. I don't want to. But I'm just, since I was put into the IG post and social media posts. I'm just curious. Like,
I think I'm teaching you the wrong things.
I think so, Ella. I think so.
I'm influencing you the wrong way.
Yeah, but I'm really concerned. Are they together? Are they still together? Or are the rumors? Are they just rumors?
I will say that she responded in a very vague fashion.
Yes.
She kept the class.
Yeah.
She's more like, listen, I'm not going to get on your level, but she did not particularly address the issue that people wanted her to address. Yeah. But is it our business?
No, it's not.
Okay, you guys mind your own business. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
This is what you need. Let's start. Let's start.
It's been an interesting week because everyone is going crazy on social media, trolling my girls, Patricia Kiharo, Sharon Mundia, and Phenomenal. And I love that Patricia came out on social media to talk. Do we have receipts on what she said? Because I feel like this conversation is ridiculous.
I think what she expressed more is more like guys need to stop just writing for the sake of writing, especially bloggers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this out for you. I'm not even bothered by the story. I read it and I was like, wow. If someone is trying to make up stories to bring someone down, at least make it credible. Miss Kihoro added that it was painful, but she's not dwelling on the negative energy. This story is not true. Some things were talked about, like trying lesbianism to be cool. Who would do that in this country? That is homophobic. At first, until we realize there are people who actually believe it. And I'm sorry, I'm not buying into this story.
What do you mean?
I've checked out. I said I stand with Sharon, I stand with Patricia, I stand with Fena, and I still stand with them. And you know what? You can throw me into that deck if you want to. I was part of that threesome, alleged threesome. I got messages from people asking if it's true. I don't know if the intentions of the person who wrote the story were. I don't know what the intentions of the person who wrote the story were. I don't know if they were bored or they just wanted clicks on their blogs. Maybe they have something against against someone doing well. We are hardworking ladies. We're doing our best. We are going out and we're not focusing out on negativity.
That's, can I honestly say, like, it's absolutely sad if it's a lie. I mean, if somebody can actually sit down and, you know, take a paper, pen, or just behind a keyboard and write a story about someone who's married, someone who has a kid, a family, and then just tarnish their name just for the likes, I think that's terrible. We should not be like that. I mean, our generation is just kind of messed up when people just hide behind the keyboard, and I think we've spoken about that again.
And so, you know, a lot of these people, as you say, have families, they have friends.
Yes.
I know Edith Kimani is also a friend to these girls. You know, it's a circle of friends that are really close-knit. So we can't really say it's a surprise that any of them had a reaction or responded on social media. Of course, they had to respond and say something.
Let me ask you,
but realistically,
when are we having our threesome?
We're having it now. Shout out to Brenda, by the way.
Hi, Brenda. Come.
You can write about that. You can write about that. But essentially, for me, I never. The only difference I think I have with Pierre is I just never clap back. I never clap back. So for me, I'm just thinking, take the high road, wait it out. You know, there was a time when we thought some people would never be stopped talking about, but they forget. And it's one of those things that can damage someone's reputation. Patricia's doing really well on radio. She hosts Afro Central on Homeboys Radio. We all know Sharon is, you know, a lifestyle blogger. She's got a lot of love. And, you know, Fanam, Donnie the Drama Queen were all mentioned in this. They're all doing great things.
Yeah.
So it would be unfortunate, as you said, if this is untrue, for it to be one of those things, clickbait. Yeah. We're having too much drama in this country as it is. Like this is shallow.
But also,
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
I know. I'm gonna shout out Fena. I met her yesterday, and you know what she said? Oh yes, I am the recruiter. Oh,
that was funny.
I love the fact that she's taking this. She's taking this with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And she was on the table. Yeah. I'd love the other two ladies to come on the table because you know
what I like is the fact that they've actually responded. It's okay to just clear their name. Like I'm not part of this.
But is it ever enough?
I think it's because you know we wanted to hear from them. Like me, I'm a fan. It's nice to hear that she said no, that's not the reason. That's not true. For her to say that, it just gave me peace, and I trust her. Yeah. Period. And I'm sure even the fans were like, she's told us this. That's it. Yeah. That's what we believe, and that's what we'll go with. So.
I'm taking Monique's side on this one today because the more they talk about it, the further the story goes. Yeah.
But you see, it's just
if they kept quiet, we'd have forgotten.
No,
people have the attention span of carrots.
We'll forget, but it can come up. Like maybe you're going for an interview and then someone is like, oh, these are the chicks who did this. Because now the blogger will be verified. Just because you didn't come out and say, no, I did not do this, and period. It's just like doing a press statement, I think. Just to clear your name out of it. You're not fueling it. You're not going on about, it's not a back and forth. You're just saying, this is how it is. I mean, I know I'm a celebrity, but this is the story, and period.
But it is clickbait and it's fueling conversation. The more they, you know, they're charging it. So, I mean, let's wait and see what happens with that.
This is what you need. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Like, it's about time someone told me if Okoth is crazy.
Speaking of mothers. I
was like, sorry, okay, you know those things you're like, call it bluff? Is this a joke?
Did you just
when I saw the denim, I just changed the conversation because when I just remember the denim skirt in that video.
Let me feel people in.
I was like, she going crazy.
Let me feel people in. So there's a video that's been doing rounds on social media, and it features Akode. That's why I said speaking of mothers, because you know she's a mom.
She's a mom.
Yeah. So there's a video going around, and in the video, she's acting crazy. So she's on the ground and she's dirty and she's in the denim skirt and her hair is all messed up. Yeah, and that's the video. And people were saying that she's crazy. And this was filmed in Twapa by a spectator. And even I believed it because, and that like should tell you how good her acting is.
Wait, is this a video?
It's a video. Let's see the video and then we'll speak more about it. Like, oh, it's amenifanya nini, and I was like, yo. But it turns out this woman can act.
Somebody says, when I saw whatever is going on is at the coast.
Like, in Mtwapa.
We're done for.
Mtwapa. Me, I was sure that she's been drugged because you know when you go to Mtwapa, now unajua Mjuaji, you'll be shown the real Mjuajis in Mtwapa. I'm from Mtwapa. Yeah. I know how people get down over there. Where they were? That's where it was filmed. It was filmed somewhere close to Kenda's, and I know Kenda's. As in, me, I was sure she's been drugged.
What about the skirt? What about the skirt?
But you know, for me, I just looked at it and I was like, bluff.
Hi, Piera, how do you call these things out?
Piera is a skeptic. Piera, you're a skeptic, but at the end of the day, you know one thing that I actually saw? This woman manages her brand. If she was going crazy, but I promise you should have locked herself in the asylum before.
Also, when you're going crazy, do you think you know you're going crazy? It's a fine line where you cross over. Once that switches off.
But do you know how many people walk with Akote?
Yeah.
First to start with.
She's got a
to reach Akote.
Yeah, to reach her is already an issue. Then secondly, the person who was taking the video started the video way back. So already they prompted us that there's something about to happen. When something happens, I mean, you just start recording when something is happening. But you see that one, like you can't walk around at your videoing on. Come on, no.
Yeah. No, I live on Snapchat.
Akote is too classy.
To be wearing
I'm not saying to be rounding her.
No one is answering my question.
No, let me see. What's your question?
My question is, what about the skirt?
Ask
Skirt is where I was like,
the production designer,
stylist.
stylist.
I have interviewed her on my radio show before. The way she carries herself, she always has her
she
nails
wears.
done. Like, she's flamboyant. So when I saw the skirt,
You're like,
I was like, no. Even if it's for whatever, she would not want to be
I
seen
had
in
to
that
take a double
skirt.
take. I took a double take because I was like, okay, fine. Nah, this is not happening.
No, me when I heard someone say, bwana, ni ako there, ni yeye.
You knew that's it.
Because that's how Caucasians speak when they are like, this is happening.
Oh my
I'm really glad to hear that she's not crazy. It's actually just a video.
Good job,
yeah.
at least.
You're making
got
us
your
talk about it.
attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what you need. Let's talk. Let's talk.
So you remember just a couple of days ago, we discussed Hamisa.
Okay.
Better, right? She was paged to the baby and she had a nice photo shoot and she now gave birth to a baby boy, right?
Okay.
And I remember there was babada, mimida, all that going on, and people now started suspecting, oh, is Diamond the baby daddy or not, Now, I'm not saying we got our research correct, but I'm just saying that the folks of Diamond went to visit her in hospital.
Yes, they did.
Where they smoke,
What?
there is fire.
Come on, let me tell you, first and foremost, I don't think anybody, they have controversy. They have issues, I should guess.
Yes.
Hamisa and Zari.
Yes.
If already people are suspecting that your baby daddy could be the hubby, there is beef. And then the mother-in-law goes to visit her at the hospital.
And
They're telling us a lot in very few words with lots of action.
Okay, here, I'm about to say something that's not going to make me popular, but I'm going to say it anyway. She finally has a grandson. I'm so sorry, hold on. At the very end of the day, it's not something that I actually favor, but Africans have that thing of they like the boy child versus...
But Zari has a son.
But Zari has a son too.
With Diamond.
Yes, they have two babies. There's the girl and then she had a boy.
Okay, she has a grandson. That's all I'm saying.
But she also said, I think what you're trying to say is that she said grandchildren are...
It doesn't matter, as long as it's my grandchild, it's fine. But here's the thing, the fact that she didn't even wait for this baby to go home, as in she went to the hospital. You know how immediate that is?
We all know what that means.
That means something.
Or she's probably trying to find out what we're trying to find out as well. So she had to go there and see it for herself.
Yes.
Like, who does this baby look like? I need to see this baby as fresh as it is. So maybe she's also trying to get her info.
And also this family...
I don't know what to think about it, but the controversy continues and it's making a lot of conversation.
Come and take a seat, girl. This is what you need. Let's talk. Let's talk.
So, on Talk That Talk today, we're talking relationships. More so, how a woman should behave when you're in a relationship. So, we're asking you guys at home, I'm going to have the discussion here as well. Is it right for a lady, not a fiance, not a wife, not a baby mama, mother to the children, but is it right for a lady to do all the household chores while she is dating a man?
Did you say all?
I did say all.
Let me ask you a
pick a
question.
chai, pick a deki.
Are you applying for a job as a maid or as a girlfriend? No offense.
No, maybe.
Because I feel like there's women who give too much and then they make the rest of us look bad. Because you know what? First of all, you're the maid. What the heavens? As in, honestly, I'm sorry. The best I'll do for you, if you are a lazy person who can't even walk into the kitchen to cook with me, is hire you a good maid.
Wow!
I'm sorry.
I like that.
Guys, can I school you?
Ooh, please.
We've got applications that could get you a car to pick you up from anywhere, right? There are also applications where you could get, someone to come clean your house. So, girls, wherever you are, stay put. Be a good girl at your mother's house. Do not glorify boyfriends. I say it all the time.
I know.
Why? That soap, that mop, everything you think is special and it's uniquely designed for you, another girl can do it. You can be easily replaced. Listen, don't sell out. Don't give it all up. Don't give it all up until you get a ring on your finger. Who is he?
But let me ask,
who is he?
But let me ask, what if, you're living together? There are people who do live
Why are
together.
you living together in the first place?
There are people who decide, what?
No, why do you decide to live together?
You're dating.
Struggle separately.
Let me be realistic.
Struggle separately.
The only reason to coexist with a man that you're not married to and is not committed to you is because the economic times are hard and you guys need to share.
I can't believe.
But let me tell you,
believe you guys
that's okay. But let me put something clear, and maybe out of experience. You know what? I have dated somebody, and you clear. I haven't finished. Like I am.
You can't do
that. No! Oh my gosh! No!
Dream come true. Did you just get escrow?
No, honestly.
As you clean the house. How are you?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I'm totally fun.
Oh my god. How's this? Kira, this is your dream.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Hi. All right, so it's my 53rd birthday, and I decided to celebrate with you.
Oh my god! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
You are stunning.
You gotta sing this one out.
I'm gonna sing it, guys. Let me have
I'm
it.
too fun out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I can't even sing.
Happy birthday, dear Esther. Happy birthday to you. This is never paid for.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
First
I'm
of
so
all,
sorry. No, allow me to. You know,
My daughter absolutely loves you. And she said, Mommy, you have to watch Let's Talk. You're McKenna as well.
Yes.
And she's McKenna. So she said, Mom, you have to watch Let's Talk. Those girls love you. And you have to get on their show. So when they called me and said, come on the show, I said, you know what? I'll come on my birthday.
no,
today's my birthday.
So you're celebrating your birthday with us. You could have been anywhere else.
But she's
I've been
here.
so many places today, and this is my final stop.
Please, Moshimo, allow me to say this. I'm such a huge
know.
fan. Like, personally, I put you as my WCW. Like,
Okay, wait.
We all know that.
Political
We all
crush.
know that.
Woman Crash Wednesday.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
my political crush, I say Pasaris. I look up to you. Like, I've seen you're this beautiful woman who has beauty and brains.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I should be. Like,
You
all
are.
are trying to be.
You are.
Thank you. And thank you for coming.
And you forgot one thing. You forgot one thing, Piera.
Yes.
Like fine wine. Like, are we gonna be like this?
Yeah.
We need to work on the
53
artificial sugar.
Happy birthday. And thank you so much. And you know what, to our producer, thank you so much for doing this. I am so, and then they're just giving us the rundown.
Yeah, like we have a new question.
Like, what is this show about? Like, I woke up this morning and I was saying, you know what, today I want to have a great day. This is the highlight. Mama, tutu se tutu anoni esapasari.
Oh my gosh.
She's probably not going to believe it. Make sure you're on the hashtag Ibru Let's Talk. Welcome to the table.
Thank you.
Okay, we're done finding out now.
You can have that.
Yeah, we are sorry. We are sorry for funning out.
1 second. I gotta ask her a question.
Yes.
So, how does 53 feel? I don't know when I'm getting there, but how does it
How old
feel?
are you?
When?
30.
Just a
30, so in 23 years.
Yeah!
You're getting
I
there.
have to like kind of live like
You
half my
are
life
so
again.
lucky. Can you imagine 2 decades to fix anything that is wrong in your life and to make a difference? So that people know that you've actually been on this planet. You know, I mean, we know Wangari was here. We, you know, the things that Mother Teresa, we know she was here. We know Princess Diana was here. And we remember specific things about them. You know, Wangari, the tree planting, Mother Teresa, the care for the poor, Princess Diana, the love of HIV patients. You know, she was the first one to actually kiss an HIV patient and say, you know,
it's not infectious.
yes, exactly. So you have 2 decades, if you have to get to 53, plus 3, to make a difference, you know. And I think this is what people don't realize. Life moves so quickly.
Yeah,
That's true.
It moves so quickly. And sometimes we move without a plan. So you have to have a plan. What is this thing that's going to define you? And I think you're already doing something. You're having conversations going on, and I think you're loved. And you have a lot to influence the young generation, because the young generation is very, what do they call them?
Millennials.
Yeah. They're in a tough space right now.
True.
And they're confused and they're lost and they want to get rich quick. The cost of living is very high. They want the beautiful things in life, you know, that they can't have. So then you go into crime.
Yeah.
So how do you shape that? And how do you shape us, the leaders, so that we can actually serve you well?
For a minute, I'm feeling so schooled. I feel like we should just sit like quiet and
this
just
show should have started half an hour
listen.
ago. I have a very direct question when it comes to African women in politics. And you come out as, you know, growing up, my parents used to say, Kenyan women in politics are really subtle. You know, they don't bring out the femininity. Even if, you know, they're doing politics, they forget that they're women. It's like you're almost scared to be a woman and put on your red lipstick. You know, you have to, being a woman in politics, you have to tone it down. You have to be like the boys. You're doing a great job in balancing all that.
Do you know, when I started my business career, we used to wear suits. Okay, I'm glad the one side of global warming is that we can't wear suits anymore. It's too hot.
Yeah.
But we used to dress up like men. The business attire was a trouser with a jacket, a skirt with a jacket, and you basically look square.
Yeah.
I think a woman has to be proud of all her curves. All right, and
High five.
I'm so sorry. Where did you come from? I love you.
No, and you know, you can't be a man. I think it's such a blessing to be a woman.
Yes.
You know, I think God took time with us. Yeah. And we need to always embrace that feminine side. And, you know, I love it. You know, I mean, I love your cleavage showing. You know, my dress, my choice. We need that to happen. You know, a lot of people, you know, and you know, when people say, oh, she dressed up this way, so she deserved to be sexually harassed or raped, I say no. Because in the olden days, like even in Turkana, if you go there right now, women walk topless and nobody has this sexual idea. You know, so I think if a man sees a woman as a sexual object, he has a problem that needs to be fixed. And a woman shouldn't have to cover herself completely for the men not to be tempted.
I love teach your men, don't teach your women how to dress.
I know.
So yeah, it's beautiful being a woman. It's beautiful.
And there's no apologies to make for being fabulous.
Absolutely.
And we say that all the time on the table. Congratulations first and foremost for being nominated, for winning again. I voted for you and I said it, I never hid.
You were like on the campaign trail.
You know what?
Oh, yeah, but Kiara was on the
one.
campaign trail with you virtually?
Like, seriously, like I used to say it all the time. And I'm proud and happy for you. What motivated you to get into politics and to be a woman representative?
You know, they say sometimes when something goes wrong in your life, like maybe you lose a loved one through an accident, then you want to champion road carnage. How do you deal with? How do you stop it? For me, it was corruption. I was doing business, and I couldn't understand why this business that I was doing that was serving people was being blocked. Why was corruption such a big issue that nobody wanted to address? And it made me want to get into government to fix it from within. Obviously, the journey has been long. I mean, this was my 4th attempt. I almost bolted out when I realized I could not get my degree on time to be governor. But then the Miguna thing happened. And then I thought, if I bolt out and I don't get into leadership, then what am I saying to the women? That once you're insulted, then you hibernate and you disappear. So when the opportunity presented itself to rejoin ODM and run for the Woman Rep, I took it and put everything in God's hands. And of course, did a bit of campaigning. I had a track record, so it was not as difficult. And I think there's always God's time, you know? I mean, the 3 times that I tried, there was always an obstacle. This time there wasn't. Not even the confusion that they had in IEBC. It kept me within 10% of my opponent, but it didn't cost me.
It looked like a sure win.
Everybody
was like, I want to be represented like that. At the time, we had a conversation on the table, and we said, if you Google images and you say Nairobi woman, sometimes, you know, Nairobi women feel misrepresented. I think you are the epitome of some of the women who
need to come up.
Absolutely, running businesses in this town. You know, when you talk about the region, Kampala to Kigali to Nairobi. I mean, Nairobi women stand out, but sometimes that picture is not visible. Do you feel like there are challenges ahead?
There are a lot of challenges. The only thing that I want to say to Kenyans is that we need to be peaceful. I'm obviously not for the elections happening next week because I feel we need a credible body before we should have an election, and the body is still not cleaned up. If there is going to be an election, I'm glad that Baba came out very clearly today and said, let them vote, okay? Do not interfere with them. We are not voting. Let them vote if they're going to continue with the election. I hope that the president will have some sense and actually say, you know what, would rather not have it and clean up the IEBC. Because it needs to be cleaned up. It needs to be strengthened. You know, we're not fighting the institution so that we can weaken institutions, but the institution has problems, and they know they have problems. And then there's also something else that we need to fix in this country. It's our division. I sit here with you beautiful women. I don't care what tribe you belong to. All I see is beautiful Kenyan women. And unfortunately, we've been made to think tribal. We've been made to hate because of tribe. We've been made to support because of tribe. And for me, that is not necessary. And then we also have another big issue of demonizing the Luo community. And that has gone too far. And we need to stop that. Because, you know, my mother, I don't speak Kikuyu, my mother speaks Kikuyu. And she was on one of the radio stations today and she called me and she said, my goodness, the things they say, you know. And I said, Mom, don't tell me. But, you know, she was disturbed, you know. And she was actually probably, if she was supporting Uhuru, she's changed. And I hope that there are going to be many people who are going to say, no, we don't want this kind of politics. For me, it's very simple. If Baba did not win the election, then you had one way to prove it. Open the servers, show us, hey, here's the servers. Opened out. They were in contempt of court. They didn't open the servers. They give restricted viewing, and you cannot see who won. So there's that big question mark. Was the election free, fair, and credible? Did your vote count? You know, and I think for that, this country needs to ensure that we have a transparent process. If Baba wins, so be it. If Uhuru wins, so be it. But we all, both sides of the divide, have to trust the IEBC. And that's the problem. So for me, I think the biggest challenge right now is I want peace. We've already seen so many people die. We've seen young Kenyans. Today there was a Muslim boy who was buried. I spent the better part of the morning at Kenyatta National Hospital visiting the 3 accident victims, the ones that were run over on Uhuru Highway. They've not arrested the guy, and yet they have the details of his car. So I say that's impunity. We don't want a government that actually says, oh, because they were NASA supporters, we don't need to make an arrest, you know. And then they picked up one of the guys from the hospital bed and took him to the cells. We don't even know where he is right now. He was shot by the police and they accused him of stealing a phone. He didn't have the phone. You know, in a demo, what happens is everybody hops onto a border. So he hopped on into a border where the person who was sitting on that border had stolen a phone. So he got shot because he was the third one. So the cops came and handcuffed him at the Kenyatta Hospital. Then they took him 2 days ago. We don't know where he is. I'm going to start looking for him on Monday. But we do have a problem. We want a country where the rule of law applies for everyone. And for me, every Kenyan counts. And I'm of the school of thought that a Luo can lead. This whole crap about circumcision. You know, I sit down with the most educated men, and they tell me, oh, how can I be ruled by a man who's not circumcised? And I go, excuse me. You know, I mean, my husband took my son for circumcision at the age of 13. And after that, I sat down with him about 3 years later and I said, you know what? You need to start talking to this boy. He's 17. You need to start talking to him about sex, about women, about protection, you know, things that I can't talk to him about. Okay? And you need to talk to him. And I said, just taking a boy for a cut doesn't make him a man. So for all those men who think that by going through the cut, shedding a bit of skin, you are now a man. No, it takes a lot more to be a man. It takes responsibility. And being responsible means that you make responsible decisions. And you cannot be making a responsible and godly decision if the only reason you're voting for X is because he is circumcised.
I mean, that's
you know,
we need to lighten this up. We need to lighten this up. We need to lighten this up. It's gotten deep. Like, it's game time, people. It's game time. It's game time. We need to lighten this up.
But before the game, my producer tells me that, you know, earlier on in the show we were talking about guys. And, you know, whenever we have girls on the table, people think we have a biased opinion on certain things. But she's seasoned. You know, she can school us a little bit. Earlier on we were talking about the girls that move into guys' houses and they don't have a ring on it. Did you date a lot, like, back in the day? And what do you think about girls who leave a comb, toothbrush, things like that? Girls who move into guys' houses before getting married.
I think today's generation, I thought the guys were moving into the girls' houses.
Whoa!
Boom! I will say this.
No, I mean the girls girls are moving ahead and more independent.
Do you remember that guy?
No, you remember? I told you guys. The guy actually, he started leaving stuff at my house.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, rule number 1: if you have a home, do not allow the guy to spend the night in your home. Okay, do not.
Okay.
You have to spend the night in his home.
In his home.
All right? Because then you learn a lot about him.
Yeah.
All right? I mean, you know, the thing is, if the guy comes to your house today, then you know that tomorrow he's going to somebody else's house. So this is going to be a guy that's comfortable going to girls' houses. All right? So once you move into his house, then you're actually setting your footprints.
Yeah.
And of course, leave a few things in there. Right?
I like
you leave a few things in
No, hold on. I gotta ask. I want to ask because I'm in the transition of this. Let me ask. You know the one thing that
your questions are always so personal.
They're not personal.
Ella's in counseling.
Ella's not personal right now.
Ella ask.
But it's personal.
You know, Ella's a great name.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, I used to actually be comfortable staying with a guy, but the problem is when the relationship breaks up. Lived with someone for 7 years, and I had to leave
too
with
long.
my stuff.
Okay, I mean, you're lucky you had to live with your stuff. Most times they take your stuff and throw it away.
Yeah.
If you live in a bad way. The thing is, I think you shouldn't have, you know, marriage is beautiful.
Yes.
All right? And I think every girl deserves to have the fairy tale marriage. And, you know, I keep saying, you know, I mean, the Christianity teaches us that we have to wait and then get married. I think in today's generation, right, you need to know the character of the man. All right, and you need to know him well. Our parents don't talk to us about sex.
Yes.
They don't talk to us about, even in a relationship, good sex and bad sex. All right? And there's a lot of good and bad sex as well. So what you have to do,
Bad sex, as in
right? And the thing is, you don't want to just marry a guy and you don't know him.
And then you hate yourself
Right?
for making that vow.
So I think you have to go through a lengthy dating period.
Yeah.
All right.
What's lengthy enough? Like,
I
in your
think
opinion?
for you to know a guy really, really well, and then there's people who've been married to, you see them on Oprah and Jerry Springer, who say, oh, excuse me, I've been married to him for 40 years. I didn't know he was gay, all right? Or I didn't know that he had another life, you know? So I think you never really know someone.
Yeah.
You don't even know yourself. By the way,
Sometimes
you look at your life and you don't know who you are. You say, oh my goodness, I didn't know this about me.
Yeah.
So 6 months to a year. And then after that, you know, if your biological clock is ticking and you want to have a baby, it's good to have a baby within an agreement. Though I remember when I was in my 30s, there was something called contract marriages that were going on in France.
Yeah.
Where people were making a contract and having a child and agreeing on everything to do with the child. The times are changing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I look at my daughter and I look at my son, and I mean, I want them to I don't want my son to be polygamous like his father. I want him to have one wife, you know, but it might not happen. He might just pick the bad habits and continue in that direction. I want my daughter to have a man that will treasure her and love her, and not to have to experience divorce or breakups and heartbreaks. Yeah. But at 21, she's already getting heartbroken. You know?
These men. I'm so tired of them.
No, the thing is, I think, you know, and I keep asking myself, we raise the men.
Yeah.
We now, I'm talking about your moms,
Yes.
okay, your grandmoms.
Yeah.
We've raised these men. So what has changed them? I think we need, take your men quickly to church.
Yes.
Like to actual church, or take them to church, like school them?
No, let me tell you, when a man knows God and he fears God, then he never plays God. All right?
That's one thing I like about her. But then nobody knows this. I researched and I got to know that you're a believer. Like you believe so much in God. I was trying to research what kind of music you like, and I realized you like Don Moen,
Chris Tomlin.
Yes,
Nice.
like such a believer.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I'm also, there's quite a few, Mercy, the Kenyan lady,
Yes.
she's very
Yes.
good. And then
Mercy
there's
Masika.
Esther Wahome.
Esther Wahome.
We've got a lot of Kenyan artists as well. But sadly, I worship in English. You know, when I talk to God, I don't pray in Swahili, so it makes, you know, worship takes you,
easier for you to
takes you into prayer.
That is so real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that is so
I
real.
feel the struggle because they keep making fun of me because I don't speak much Swahili.
This is what you need. Let's start. Let's start.
We've got cake.
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
We've got cake.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
it's gorgeous.
Oh my.
Okay, so life is a blessing.
It is
53. And then
53.
I've got, who
Guys,
can
are
read
we
that?
gonna look like this at
That's
53?
that's Gracia Dio. It's in Italian.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God. Ooh, Brenda.
I'm
Isn't
so
this
happy.
your favorite show? Can we take a selfie right before?
Guess what? Clearly, there's a surprise for you.
Are you serious?
I think there is a gift from our CEO wants to run away. Don't run away!
Family.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
So,
Happy birthday.
thank you.
You mean you knew about it as well? Oh my God!
So you need to come this way as we cut the
Mr.
cake.
Nader, come this way. We need people to see you.
Let's cut the cake.
You up.
So we had an entire conversation before this show started.
Okay, so I'm going to make a wish
Yes.
that every young girl, teenager, and young adult, and an elderly woman like myself will actually be blessed by watching you, the young generation, and everything that you discuss, because you're teaching us a lot, okay? And you're teaching our children a lot. So keep it real, because we need to have real conversations, yeah? I mean, Oprah said something that I really, really think was the best thing she said. She said if she had known that being authentic would have made her a billionaire, she would have been authentic from the very start. So keep it real. Yeah, that's what's important. Keep it real.
Okay, thank you guys. Happy birthday. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you for watching.
Come and take a seat, girl. This is what you need. Let's talk. Let's talk.
I'm sorry, but we have to go on a very short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
All right? There's a few technical issues. We'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere, please.
She's just cut me off. You are so just cut me off. What's up?
Hera, hi. Welcome to the...
What happened, by the way?
What's up? What's up?
Victor?
What's wrong?
I cussed.
No.
What? What? Sorry?
You guys just... Sorry.
An order.
Okay. What?
Sorry.
What
Hi,
is it?
It's a live show. It's a live show.
Okay, apparently someone is being arrested.
What?
It's me.
No, I don't think so.
It's me, I swear.
Why? Sudria.
Sorry, excuse me.
No,
sorry.
What's going on?
Sorry, guys, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, it's okay. Hi, how are you?
Just hold on. Can we just at least wait until...
Okay,
Yeah, I'm there. Sorry.
What's going on?
Someone did a
Just go
post.
What
Pierre
post?
McKenna, I'm the manager of Ebru TV.
You don't have enough time to talk about introduction.
What is it? What's the issue? What's the issue?
But we have a live recording.
What's the issue?
What's the problem? Could you explain to us?
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
So what have you been ordered
Let me
to
just
do?
deal with it, okay? Just silent.
There's a post? Someone did a post? It's because of a
But
post?
I'm telling them, even if they want her, they can't have her.
What posts?
Who? No.
Did you post something?
Who posted about what?
Something
About what?
political, I don't know what.
So, what does that have to do with Ebru
They
TV?
want
Okay,
to,
hold
they
on.
want to question her, and they're saying that the only claim is the issue was
Sorry, hi.
But you can't question her on a live recording.
Hey,
That's
what
not
am
right.
Sorry, can
you let us finish
Can
the
you
show?
finish
You
the
haven't
show
even
and then we deal
asked
with
her whether she...
You know the law?
What order? Is it for April or is it for her?
The law? There's no live recording in the law. Okay?
Did you do
Continue.
Let me ask you, is there anything that you posted?
nothing she posted? Come on, you guys.
Maybe I posted before. I was like, you know, people can tell me.
Just has to stand up. Okay?
And do what? Can you
Can
at
we
least
talk? Can we be civilized?
Can they show
Yeah, can we be
Can we
exactly?
Absolutely disrespectful.
Are you trying to test us?
Can you show... No, but just show us your ID.
Can I make a phone call?
You haven't even said us
can I get
anything.
Come on.
Let me make a phone call.
My manager's coming. Don't call.
Time.
Don't call.
The show can stop.
You don't need to know us.
No, it's
No, let her...
Let me call. Let me call.
Let her, don't call.
Let me
Don't
call.
call.
No, let me call.
No, let me deal with it. Don't call.
Let me call.
Wait, we'd like to know what...
We are joking.
Are you guys serious? I swear, I was like, these guys want to murder me or some shit.
look like you're about to cry.
No, I was crying. You know, I was like, okay.
She was quite composed.
I was like, you know what? I need to make a phone call so whatever my lawyer can come here and we just you know. I'm like, what am I going for?
No, you know what?
We got you so
You want her
good.
to call? I know her.
Yeah,
she called very, very big people, and then we start now.
No, I swear this list will be like.
I
swear I was gonna call.
You are still on air.
Yeah, sorry.
Love though.
We love you.
Are you okay?
I want you to remember. So
And funny thing is, like, they're there, and I saw them.
Yeah.
And I
When they
can't
were
even
coming
remember.
in.
Yeah, and I can't even remember. Like, you guys got me.
I love your
But you know, I would have called, like,
Things happen right here on the table.
that is serious. Oh my God.
No, this is revenge.
Oh my God.
Chipukizi. Because Chipukizi, you got me made fun of.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, because I was seated next to her.
Oh,
And
by
so
the way.
do you know why we did this? We chose this because you're a star girl. We wanted you to star woman.
Yeah.
Star in something.
This is what you need. Let's start. Let's start.
I read it. But we need to talk to you.
Oh, we should be moving like that.
Follow me now.
Hey, all right. Hey.
What's going on?
Oh my gosh. Wait, we can't see everybody. There we go.
Can you see everybody at the same
What are you doing?
I moved there, you're small.
Wait,
Are you ready? Aha!
let's do it.
That's the vibe right there. I should be in the middle here.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's go.
What are we doing?
Nah, I want you to do this now.
All right. What? I can't see. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure.
Because if you trouble these girls, you will see a bad girl.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Love you guys.
You are awesome. What?
Oh my goodness. I love you guys.